Hey, what's up? This is Carlo of 4GQ TV here at St. Pete Sunscreen Film Festival, where it's been a lot of fun so far. We're only on the second day. We still got more days to go. And I'm here with...
I'm Doug Shorhart. I'm Doug Shorhart. I am the programming director of Sunscreen, and I'm also a producer with Scatterbrothers Productions.
And I am also exactly what he said. I'm Ben Daniele. I am the head of exhibitor relations, filmmaker relations here at the festival, having an amazing year. I'm also a producer, a movie producer, and I'm very fortunate to call that my job. I love it, man. It's so fun.
So, you guys are my heroes this weekend because I love movies and I love the festival.
Yeah.
So, you guys are doing great.
I know. Well, when we had been approached by Tony Armour to kind of take the reins on this festival, there was a lot to do. We didn't really understand. We had been associated with Sunscreen for years, but Scatterbrothers kind of now counts this as one of our products. This is one of our our babies every year to be able to roll out this type of attendance and this type of affection for film here. It's kind of cool, and we couldn't do it without each other and our team for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've been coming to the festival since like 2012, and then started working probably 2014, started working for it. Originally just doing videos and doing just little things, volunteering. And then eventually Tony came to us and said, hey, I'm looking to put a new team together. A lot of stuff, just try to build up. And we've kind of, to me, it's my baby now too, as much as it is Tony's. And I've told Tony that, I feel like it's one of my, it's my baby. So I really try to put a lot into it, a lot of time. As programming director, I put together the schedule. He and I watch a ton of movies. I think this year we got somewhere between 600 and 700 submissions. We're down to a little over 200 films. And, but it's also about, for me, it's not just the films, it's also about networking and meeting people like you guys and, meeting other filmmakers and other producers, getting jobs through that. Like our movie that's playing tomorrow, we met the filmmakers last year at the festival and ended up producing the film for them afterwards.
Oh, wow.
So, it's just a great experience overall. And even this time, I'm already meeting people who it's like, oh, we should work together, we should do this. So.
Yeah, and real quick, I want to chime in on that. The magic of this festival is, in a perfect plain example, is 1 or 2 weeks after the festival last year, Doug and I were approached by a couple of filmmakers, and they had a script. And we take a lot of meetings with filmmakers during these weeks, but this one script particularly stood out to us. And when the filmmakers had approached us, they said, "Hey, here's our goal budget. Here's what we think." And me and Doug said, let's chew on this for a couple weeks. And we did. We went to town, and we realized this is a project that we wanted to personally produce and take ownership of, in a sense, and to really push it forward. And it was because of those meetings, because of this festival, that we now have the #1 most sold film at this festival ever. It's called I Feel Fine, and that will be premiering tomorrow. World premieres tomorrow.
Yeah, it plays tomorrow, Saturday night. But because it's sold out so quickly, we actually added a screening on Sunday, which I'm kind of proud of, but also it's just exciting. We have several movies that now have sold out and we're playing again which is a great thing. Like The Green Flash is playing right now. That's a beautiful movie as well. And we're playing that on Sunday because it's sold out and people want to see it.
Absolutely. I think there's something that's really important about film festivals because this is my first year coming. And I'll be honest, we had interviewed Corin Nemec, who was a really nice actor. And he said, hey, you should go to the film festival. And this is my first experience ever. And I always thought there was this thing about film festivals where the people couldn't interact, with the filmmakers, producers, writers. But after coming here, I see the total opposite. I see just moviegoers coming here, interacting with college students that write stuff, interacting with indie filmmakers, documentary filmmakers. It's amazing to me how open and kind everybody is here. And everybody that we've met that has been involved in the industry, whether it's 40 years in the industry or whether it's their first year out of college in the industry, they always have advice for somebody else. Hey, this is what I did wrong. and maybe I can help steer you in the right direction.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you so much for saying that, brother. That's something that we really take pride in because, yeah, we've all been to these major film festivals around the world, and they don't give the same level of attention, Q&As, networking, focal points to independent filmmakers. And when I say independent, I'm talking about everybody outside of the 6 major studios who want to make a movie. Whether you've got a $10 million budget or a $20,000 or less budget, this is your festival, and you've got the microphone.
Speaking of which, and one thing we always say, and part of that I think comes out of, at least for me, almost everybody that works the festival is a filmmaker. So it's like for filmmakers by filmmakers. Like this is what I've wanted, because I have been to festivals that are like what you said, where you kind of feel there's oh no, you can't talk. Ours is, we have events every night that are like big giant networking events. I don't know if you've been to any of them yet. Please come out tonight. We're going to the Birchwood. It's and that's a lot of it. And then we have panels where you can literally interact and talk to people that are in the industry, ask them questions. And then almost everybody stays at the same hotel. Everyone's local. Everyone there is no barrier. There's no. We don't set up. You're here. Thanks Corin for introducing. Because we love Corin's a good friend of ours. We love him to death. But even him, he was here last year, and people kept just talking. You have that chance to just talk to them, and not feel like, well, I don't want. And I've been in that position. So have you. We both have been. And sometimes you fly across the country, only to come back feeling like I didn't really learn anything. Why did I go other than my movie showed? Because as much as it's about the movies, again, for me, it's about the people and the filmmakers and even the public coming in and seeing it. That's what's great too, is we have people coming in that aren't even in the industry, that are just coming to see films, or they see a panel, they're like, I always wanted to know about that. So they bypass and they come to it, or whatever it is. So I'm really proud of that about the festival. So I'm glad that you observed that, and it makes me feel good that we're doing what I've set out to do.
Yeah, and when it comes to the panels, that's another thing I want to bring up too, is the panels that you guys have set up here. And I'm going to use the term, in the community of podcasting and all the other circles that I've been around, the term is gatekeeping, right? Mm-hmm. Well, your panels here don't gatekeep any information. Yeah. If you want to know something, they'll tell you how to do it. You want to make a documentary, you want to find financing or figure out how to do it, find a producer, they help you out. They give you the advice, tell you where to look. They don't hide the information. And there's so many other communities that have this air about them where it's like, well, I did this, but I'm not going to tell you, but look at what I did anyway.
Right. It's almost like...
Can I say something from the background?
Oh, yeah, please.
You guys feel like a family.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
It feels like a family.
And
Thank
you. New infants here to this festival, and you guys feel like a family, the whole operation. So
thank you so much. That's, by the way, to the audience, that is our fearless director behind us here. I got to tell you guys, I won't name names, but I went to a very popular, major film festival. I'm sitting in there, we have a big sponsorship, we have a big crowd, we brought a lot of attention, and here we are, I felt like an inconvenience to these promoters. It was like, wait a minute, we're filling your seats, and what is the point? Is it just for, we didn't really get a major educational piece from it, we didn't get the contacts we were hoping for, and great, yeah, we have that wreath that says, official selection, winner, but what is this? Is it there's this shroud of mystery in Hollywood, like you said, where even in the most specific panels you're paying the most money, they're still leaving you in this mysterious state of mind, like when there's real finite black and white answers here. And that's what we said as a team years ago. We said, no, we're going to unveil the mystery, and we want people who really want to make movies, because some of them are even better than what we're seeing on the silver screen in Hollywood, with millions invested.
I'm sorry to cut off, but I would like to give a shout out. We went to the Comedy Block. Okay? Oh, yeah. And there was a lot of great stuff in that Comedy Block. Okay? And they're shorts, but they're great. And I want to give a shout out to one that really stood out to me. Party Foul.
No.
Oh,
I loved it.
Stephanie Davis, that's our friend. We love her to death. She makes a movie. We actually produced a feature with her a couple years ago called Hot Mess in a Wedding Dress. Great, cute little. It's on Amazon. Cute little, indie comedy. She's great, and she just wants to make movies. She doesn't need the star power. She's not about that. She just let's make these movies. And you can kind of see that. She just has fun with it, right? And and that's the thing as program director. The hardest thing is finding, a lot of movies are really good. Yeah, you're gonna have those ones where you're like, I see what they're trying to do. You want to include somebody. I always want to lift people. We have a high school category and a college, and I love those because that's the next generation, right? Or that's the people I want to hire to work on my movies with me, in the future. So I love interacting with those kids and giving them advice that I may not have gotten, which I would have loved to have. Again, not gatekeeping, but bringing them in. In fact, a lot of times, I've seen a couple times, they were college kids, and now they're submitting features to us. And you're like, so proud, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing to see. You feel like that proud papa in a way, like, I remember when you were in college, you gave us a film, love that film. Now you're doing a feature film, and it's amazing. We're gonna show it. So things like that, and again, it kind of goes to family. Once you've come, people come back, and we love that. Like, there's a group from Barcelona that literally comes here every year, whether they have a movie or not, because they love us, and they just want to come and enjoy. And I love that because it's just a big hug fest the first night, usually. Like last night, I swear, I hugged everybody. It was great. Probably why I lost my voice, because I was talking to everybody. But for me, that's really what it's about. It's just that family. Like, you guys are here now, you're family now. So come back next year, anytime you want, Set up, those guys are our friends and other podcasts. But they're great guys. I know, but at the same time, here's my thing. As much, but as much as it's like competition, for me it's not. I feel like it's not. Why not share that? Why not? Hey, we're interviewing these people. Then why don't you go to these guys and get an interview with them? Because everybody's gonna have a different take on something.
Oh, we can shout them out, the podcast guys.
Yeah, they're great.
They had a nice setup. I really like their setup.
And they've been coming for a couple of years, and every year they get a little better. A little, better and bigger. And I've been on their podcast outside of even just go to their studio before, But I love that too. And like you guys now are here, you're welcome back for life now.
Yeah.
So come back next year, let us know. We'll get you guys, set up everything. And that's how we feel. We want people to come back. We want new people, but we also want people to come back. We're in the top 100 of Film Freeway of film festivals to attend. That's why we get a lot of submissions. The top 100. We've been in the top 100 movie maker magazine of festivals, and that's something we just want to keep. We're not a Sundance, but even that, I don't want to be a Sundance necessarily. I want to be Sunscreen. I want to grow, but I want to be Sunscreen. That's sort of my,
And there's something important about doing this in Florida too, because it brings people to Florida. It brings other filmmakers to Florida, St. Pete, Tampa, Clearwater area, and they're like, hey, wait a minute, this is not a bad area. Maybe do something in the future.
100%.
So you guys are doing so much. You're doing stuff for the local businesses, stuff for the local hotels, restaurants. You're bringing in potential things into the city for filmmaking, documentaries.
100%.
Like, I see everything.
It is. And by the way, he was talking about the accolades. This year, we pre-sold more tickets than we've ever sold in the history of this festival. Thank you so much, man. We broke all of our sales records, and that number's teetering on 7,000 people, which is unheard of.
4 days.
Over 4 days. So you can imagine the economic impact that this has. In fact, just recently, the city of St. Petersburg has a very popular magazine down here called Creative Loafing. They just did a piece that over the past 19 years that we've had over, is it $100 million in economic impact? I'm so sorry, that number might be deeply inflated, but it is a staggering number, and it continues to win the affection of, the Chamber of Commerce, and all of the leadership of St. Petersburg political, because
County.
it drives people to the city. And then here's what happens. So we get people who come here, filmmakers, and they're like, oh my gosh, St. Pete is like a mini Monaco. They have a freaking Indy car race on the water. We have an incredible view, and it looks like pure luxury. And then you're here experiencing this. And so it's like you're on a vacation. So it's not only the aesthetics of our city and the affection and the desire, our goals as filmmakers and promoters with this event, but to fulfill those needs. But it's also come here to our city, enjoy it, and stay. Stay on vacation permanently.
I could see some crews be like, hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna hang out a little bit longer here.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I mean theaters right now have had a little bit of a struggle, right? And I'm here witnessing right now, you guys are getting snack lines sold at the local theater. I mean, and that's a big deal. I mean, that is a big deal because it's about jobs, economic improvement. So there's so much more than just saying a film festival or just saying filmmakers. There's a whole lot of things that go into this.
We've been very lucky that AMC Theaters has really just opened their doors to us with this festival. And a lot of it I will give to the general manager. I'm going to give him a shout out, Mike Reinhardt. Amazing guy, literally opens the doors for us. And I think that is part of it because he does know. In fact, I've heard that he brags sometimes because he does. We sell. They get all that. We get nothing from the concession, and I'm glad. They get all of that, and they rent. Yeah, we rent the theaters. They give us a great deal because they want us back, so we've had a great experience. And I mean, this theater in general, Sundial here in St. Pete, is my theater, so I come here all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But I just love what they've, allowed us to do. And the fact that we have space like this up here where we can have people podcast and a tabletop board game and, whatever else, all that stuff. And a lot of theaters wouldn't let you do that, and they've really been great with us. And, we took over the entire lobby. But again, it also, you said it, during the year, it is slow, So having stuff like this, he loves because it really does. And it brings people going, it's a beautiful theater. I'm going to start coming here. Or, I've had people say to me, I didn't even know there was this theater was here. It's a beautiful theater.
I've never been here.
Yeah.
And now it's got upstairs lobby.
Yeah, it has an upstairs lobby.
That's where we're sitting.
Yeah. And they have an IMAX with the best IMAX seats of any of the AMCs around. Most of them still have some of the old seats. They have recliners in their IMAX. So I come here this is where I see my movies. And I tell people all the time, it's such a great experience. And they've also made it great for us as a film festival to come here and enjoy, and everything's comfortable. So, yeah, I love
Beautiful. And listen, you talked about family. One of the biggest things that we are is when you come in here and you invest time and energy, you are part of our Sunscreen family. So much so, and we're stressing this family so much, that we actually have an attorney who is a probate attorney who will actually adopt you into our physical legal family.
Yep.
So we have a family of 75 people growing legally.
Nice.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. That was a total farce. Kidding. But we are family. And thanks for the shout out, by the way, on the AMC. That's been a big struggle. I just want to touch on that briefly. Is as exhibitors, which is what this festival really is we're exhibiting films or showing these films. It's so sad to see the epic experience of theater fall by the wayside with this new generation that's coming in. It's all streaming, it's all home theater. So these types of activities are meant to drive attention to the theaters. It's a huge profit driver for AMC, St. Pete, Sundial every year. So we want to continue to nurture that relationship, but I just want to continue to see people coming to the movie theaters. This is the way I think filmmakers want their movies to be shown. Every detail on the silver screen, right there, big, relax, kick back, focus, and it's hard to do that sometimes at home. You don't get that quite complete immersion, what you kind of need, like going to a roller coaster. You can ride it online and watch it, but until you actually go to the theme park and sit your butts in that roller coaster, you're not going to feel everything. And I think the movies are the same, So, anyway. Cheers.
My cameraman saying we got 2% battery left.
2%.
Okay.
2%. That's
So-
1 minute.
So yeah, we can help wrap
Can
this up.
can you guys tell people where they can find you and all that good stuff?
Yeah, for the festival, it's sunscreenfilmfestival.com. Check it out. If you want to submit, we start July 1st. So also check that out on our website. There'll be a link. It's on Film Freeway as well. filmfreeway.com/Sunscreen Film Festival. And you can submit. We take everything